Okay, every team in the NHL pays attention to shot volume. Every NHL coach knows that puck possession matters. Every general manager tries to build a team that can do this. Only one team in the entire National Hockey League actually has it dialed in. And I mean, actually has it. The Carolina Hurricanes just wrapped up their fifth straight regular season, leading the entire league in offensive zone time percentage. Not 1 year, not 2 years, not three, 5 straight seasons. And that's not even the crazy part. Let me show you the numbers that make this genuinely impossible for other teams to replicate. So, offensive zone percentage time measures exactly what it sounds like. So, the percentage of even strength play spent playing in the other team's end. It's one of the cleanest indicators of possession dominance in the NHL. So, if you're in their zone, you're generating shots, you're wearing them down, you're not defending. It's the number every analytics driven team is trying to grow right now. So since the NHL started tracking this, and it hasn't been very long that we've been tracking this, 2021 to 2022 season, the Carolina Hurricanes have led the league in it every single year. Their number last season, 45.5% of even strength play spent in the opponent's end. Now that's dominant, but here's what makes it unique. Most teams that lead any category do it because of one or two elite players carrying the numbers. A superstar center, dominant possession line. That's usually how teams top these lists as a team. The Hurricanes don't have that as far as like a single superstar who drags the team into the offensive zone again and again. So, how do they lead the league in possession in the offensive zone time 5 years running? Here's the answer. Of the top 10 individual skaters in the entire NHL for offensive zone time percentage last season, five of them are Carolina Hurricanes players. Shane Gostisbehere finished first in the entire league at 49.6%. He just lives in the offensive zone. Svechnikov finished second. Jarvis finished sixth. Aho finished seventh. And Taylor Hall finished 10th. Half of the top 10 possession players in the offensive zone time in the National Hockey League are on one team, the Hurricanes. That's not one guy carrying, that's a system. That's the whole roster running the exact same identity. And it's not just possession numbers. Look at where they finished in shots on goal by location last season. So this just came out. Tied for NHL lead in mid range goals with 104. Second in the league in high danger shots on goal at 723. Second in mid range shots on goal at 769. Second in long range shots on goal at 627. Every category of shot generation, top of the league, every single one. Most teams, and I think it's very impressive, can be elite in one of these areas high danger, point shots, whatever. Hurricanes are second in all three categories and lead in mid range goals scored. No other team has that analytics profile in the league. Nobody. That's why this matters. When your team runs a system that generates elite volume from every location, from every line, from every skater, you don't need to rely on single stars. The system is the star. That's why it works. Obviously, I'm going to credit Rod Brind'Amour, right? And that's why players want to play for him. It's why Nikolai Ehlers chose Carolina, K'Andre Miller. It's huge, right? And Brind'Amour became the fastest coach to 300 wins in NHL history under this system. Carolina made the playoffs 8 straight seasons under this system, and the system was foundational to winning the Stanley Cup this year because five of the top 10 offensive zone time guys in the league don't just happen to end up on the same team. They're recruited, developed, and pushed into a system that aims to accomplish this. And Brind'Amour is brilliant in being able to provide the leadership to make this system work and the guys buy in and have the right fit to do it. And to have Waddell and Tulsky get the guys in the room who can run this system. This stat didn't come around by accident. They built the roster around it, they trained for it, the system was designed for it. So here's why it's genuinely uncopyable, I think. Anyone can look at these analytics. Any coach can watch the game film. You can try to build a offensive zone first team, right? Sounds hard to do. It's even harder to do than it sounds. But you can't replicate a roster where you've built this the entire time to have the best offensive zone time players in the NHL, not because they do that individually, but because they're the right fit in the system to execute it. That takes decades of drafting for fit, developing the system, refining the system, training towards the system, signing team friendly deals that let you bring the players in that fit the culture. In Carolina, you've got the analytics guy. In Carolina, you've got the coach. In Carolina, you've got the players. And in Carolina, they execute the system, and Carolina got the cup. 5 straight years of leading the league in time in the offensive zone is not a mistake. 5 of the 10 skaters in that category being Carolina Hurricanes is not a mistake. There isn't a team that even comes close. And the best news is this is something we will replicate again in the 2026-2027 season. The Hurricanes have a stat that nobody in the NHL can match, and I don't think anybody's catching them anytime soon. If you're a Caniac like me, hit that subscribe button, and hey, like always, go Canes.